Hi, it's Lou Manfredini, Ace's Home Expert, and in this video we're going to show you how to maintain your overhead garage door. Let me show you a few tricks. Now with your garage door, there are a few things that you can do to make sure that it's operating correctly. Behind me is a door that we have set up for demonstration purposes. It's not connected to an overhead garage door. But that's important because when it comes to maintaining the door itself, it's a good idea for you to first disconnect the door from the opener so that you can freely move the door up and down. Now, the anatomy of the door is what I want you to focus on. Number one is these hinges, okay, that are set up on each one of these panels hold the door together. Basically, you've got these long panels that go from the track to the track. So one of the things that you can do is take a ratchet with the appropriate size socket, or you could use a wrench if you'd like, and periodically you want to come and sort of tighten up those bolts that are holding those pins. That's a very important thing to do because think about it. This garage door gets used a lot, and if you're not tightening these bolts down, they can jiggle loose, and that can actually make the door a little loud sounding as it goes up and down. So a little bit of tightening goes a long way. Now when it comes to lubricating the door, this is something that people make a lot of mistakes on. One, I never want you to lubricate the inside of the track. That's something that is not going to help you whatsoever because it's going to attract dirt, and that's going to actually cause the door potentially to bind. Now when you look at these rollers, there's pins on these rollers that go back and forth. If you're going to apply any lubrication at all, this is where I would do it. I'm going to actually use a little white lithium grease. A lot of times people go with a lightweight spray oil. The problem with the lightweight spray oil is it actually will attract dust and dirt, and it can get really dirty. So if you take this and shake up the white lithium grease, you can come right along here with the pin inside there, put it in there, and then give it a little squirt. You don't have to do a lot, but it's a grease. It's a little bit heavier than an oil, and then you can see that that pin, you know, as it works back and forth like this, will operate a little bit better for you, and you won't have to, it's just going to operate a whole heck of a lot better if you lubricate it in the right spot. Now the same is true for these hinge points too. Where it pivots, you can take a little bit of that lightweight grease and just give it a little shot. You don't have to overdo it, but just enough so that it rotates, and as the door opens and closes, that lithium grease will work its way into the door. These are basic maintenance things that you can do on a garage door. When it comes to the springs on the doors, this is something I think is better left to professionals within the field. Springs are very important, that it operates the door and lifts it properly. The balancing is very, very important. Whether you have a torsion spring that's over the top of the door or you have extension springs on the sides, these can be very dangerous. You certainly want to check them for wear and tear and make sure you don't see any excessive rust and things like that. That is something you should do on an annual basis. But if those springs need to be adjusted or need to be replaced, it's better left to a professional to do that work. And finally, I mentioned how I don't want you to use any kind of oil or grease inside the track. This, on an annual basis, if you took a cleaner, even something as simple as a pine cleaner like this in warm water, got this rag wet, and then go ahead and work your way into the inside of this track. Now, again, this is a demo door here, so there's not going to be any dirt there, but you're going to be amazed if you did this on an annual basis how much dirt and debris is on that door. Keep the door tight, keep the door lubricated, and operate it manually up and down, and it should work well for you year after year after year. And that's it. If you need more information, please go to our website, acehardware.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Better yet, stop by your local Ace Hardware store because Ace is the helpful place.